Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we are doing another seasonal championship. This one is called Supercars-On-Sea, and yeah, we're in S1 class retro supercars. So yeah, we should have a nice variety since this game has a lot of classic supercars on this game. Though obviously not all of them are going to be in S1 class, there are going to be at least a fair few, so we should have a nice variety. Certainly not going to have a one-car manufacturing race on this one, so I seem to have missed the championship. Let's go back. So yeah, should also have a lot more variety than the last championship that we did, so let's see what we're going to get to choose from.
Just remember, keep your eyes on the road. You can admire the autumn views after you finish this championship.
So yeah, we get to choose from a Bugatti EB110 Supersport, a brace of Ferraris, the Enzo, F50 and F40, the Ford GT, a Hoonigan Porsche, don't think we'll bother with that to be honest, a Jaguar XJ220, Maserati MC12, a couple of McLarens, two Porsches, and a Celine S7. I think we'll go for the Ford GT, to be honest. I think it's a pretty damn good car, even for something that's now 16 years old, and yeah, 550 horsepower, 500 pounds-feet of torque, ain't half bad. Obviously the acceleration is not as good as some cars, especially the Ferraris, the Bugatti, and pretty much every car in fact, but I think as soon as you can get up to a certain pace it'll be good, and the handling and braking is fairly good as well. Launch is decent and the top speed is really rather good, so yeah, let's give it a go. It's a car that I don't see many people driving these days, so yeah, nice to give it a chance to shine. Hopefully it will. It is raining a bit, so yeah, 550 horsepower in a rear-wheel drive car might well be asking a fair bit. It does have massive wide rear tyres. Getting overtaken by everything so far. I think this will shine in terms of its handling and being able to maintain its speed. Guess a lot of classics here, some of which have been upgraded to S1 class to get into this championship, like the Lotus is in front of us. C class, I think, originally. This is proving itself. We're in the top 5. So we've got a great bit of speed going. Classic 911 Turbo cannot keep up. Well, it can, because it's got in our way. We're about to overtake. I mean about being able to maintain its speed around the corners. It's not ludicrously powerful, but it's got a lot of handling on the go. So it's able to cruise around corners really. But the XJ220 is going to beat us to the finish line. But yeah, considering the acceleration stat on this, I was expecting it to be a lot worse. So yeah, to be only 0.3 of a second behind the XJ220 is fairly good, especially since that is slightly high in terms of PI. And that gives us 16 points to start off the championship with. We're also ahead of the 911 Turbo from 1982, the James Bond Lotus Esprit, and ahead of another Jaguar XJ220. I imagine those cars will vary up a little bit once we get into something a bit newer, or at least a bit faster. But yeah, nonetheless, let's get on to the second race. So the Ford did far better than I was expecting, considering its acceleration stat, but this is a circuit race this time, so I think handling really is going to be something, as well as acceleration, to really pay attention to. Ferrari GT is looking tempting, to be honest. It's got 8.1 handling and 8.6 braking, whereas the acceleration is still 7.5, which isn't the best, but it's not the worst either. I mean, it's as good as, or if not better than all the Ferraris. Acceleration isn't quite as good as the Bugatti, but I think that's purely because of its all-wheel drive system. Yeah, we'll go for the Porsche. I don't think we've used it all that much. Yeah, more than 600 horsepower from its V10 engine. Yeah, it's the only Porsche ever to have more than 8 cylinders. So let's see what it can do. And it's still impressively quick, even by today's standards, to be honest. More than 8,000 RPM as well. Sounds glorious. Only the LFA sounds as unique in terms of V10 engines like this, to be honest. Yeah, really never heard anything like it. It's stonkingly quick as well. And there's a fellow Porsche in first, so looking like a Porsche 1-2 here. Preferably me in the first place position. Despite this being better in terms of handling and braking than the Ford GT, it's certainly a far more difficult car to drive. It's far more on the edge. I have to properly concentrate to drive this thing. It's quick anyway. The lighter, older Porsche 911 is roaring off. Upgrades really do help. It doesn't look like he's upgraded his handling all that much either, though, to be honest. He's all over the place there. Worry is that maybe if he's too close towards us, we come onto the final straight there, they'll overtake us. So we're really going to open up a gap in these last few corners, which we're looking like we're doing. Here he comes. Like a lightning bolt. But not enough to overtake us, so there we go. Second mid-2000s car there to get into the top two, and yeah, unlike the Ford, we got into the first place position. And yeah, best lap. Not the best out of the lot. The XJ220 surprisingly was even quicker than us. Yeah, we were nearly a second ahead of that 911 Turbo from 82, giving us the 20 points and drawing us alongside that 911, and yeah, meaning that we're going to definitely have to at least come ahead of them, if not, you know, come first place. So yeah, nonetheless, let's get on to the third and final race. So the Porsche there giving us our first win of this championship. So yeah, we've got another point-to-point race, and yeah, it's a major toss-up between the Bugatti and something like the McLaren, purely because it's got probably the best handling here, I think. Yeah, pretty much. And one of the better acceleration stats, so the Celine and the 911 GT3 there are a little bit better, but the handling is, yeah, really rather superior on this. But then the Bugatti has worse handling and braking, but far better acceleration, and I think top speed as well. No, slightly lower on top speed, but it has the launch as well to really help us get off the line and get into the pack. So yeah, and I think the turbochargers on this will help it as well. So yeah, 611 horsepower, 480 pound-feet of torque, whereas pretty much the same actually. Although the McLaren's weighs less. Now we're gonna go for the EB110. I trust in its all-wheel drive system. I trust in the fact that it's got yeah, that all-wheel drive system helping keep the power in check, and also any rain that we might come up against or anything like that. So yeah, as I say that though, it looks like it's going to be some sunshine, so might not help in that regard, but the launch is definitely going to be pretty much the best here, which is either going to keep us up with the pack or at least keep us ahead of others. It's important, because even losing 2 places can slow you down a fair old bit later on down the line. Does have understeer, which is to be expected from my one of the early adopters for all-wheel drive for supercars. On the outside of those two. Right, we're in 3rd already, which is good. Preferably need 1st though. Love the sound of the V12 in this, and despite the fact it's got 4 turbochargers as well, which is something that Bugatti even now don't seem to let up having. As you can say, this was an originator in that regard. Is that yeah, it's a Nissan R390 that we're up against, which is a formidable car. Don't think it has as much power as we do though, but it's definitely lighter. Oh, damn it. It's understeering there. I was trying to hope that it was going to turn in. Nope, it's not. Gonna have to let off. Oh, even then, Jesus Christ. The front on this is longer than you think it is. We're going to have to set off a 2nd again. Hopefully the points work out in our favour though, having 2nd, 1st, 2nd. Yeah, but that R390 is formidable in terms of handling, but as you can see its PI is way higher than anything else here, so yeah, it's no real surprise that it's in 1st place by yeah, more than 2 seconds. And they take the championship. Oh, damn it. Oh well. You learn some, you win some, so that's just the way it goes. But yeah, 4 points behind the R390, but you know, yeah, with 16 points ahead of the 911 GT1, and yeah, 18 points ahead of the 911 Turbo from 82, and 22 points ahead of the Maserati MC12. But yeah, unfortunately we didn't win the championship, which is just the way it goes. But that R390, as you can see, in terms of PI alone, is near unbeatable in comparison to all the rest of us. But yeah, that's just the way it goes. Can't win everything, and yeah, I'm not upset about that, because at the end of the day I enjoyed driving all 3 of the cars that I chose today, so yeah, that's what really counts. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.